Okay, are we live? Is this happening? Okay, I think everything is working. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I hope so. But all right, well, thank you everyone for joining me on my first ever live here on the Model Car Vault. I got to tell you, I'm a little nervous, but super excited. Yeah, I'm already seeing a lot of people are on, and that's reassuring. So we got a lot of stuff to go over tonight, to go through. We got a lot of fun giveaways, crazy cool diecast to unbox. Um, yeah, it's going to be a jam-packed live episode. I don't know how long it's going to run. It might be an hour, might be an hour and a half. I don't want you guys to stay up too late on my behalf, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, I guess you can hear me. Someone acknowledge if you can hear me. I just want to make sure that I got this little microphone thing here happening and that it's working. All right. And yes, thank you, Retro. Everyone smash that like button if you are here and you like what you're seeing so far. Actually, I'm going to take these off for now. All right. So audio's good. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. So again, thank you for everyone being here. It has been a crazy past, I guess it's about a year and a half, maybe 20 months since I started this YouTube channel. And I never thought it would get this far this fast. And it's growing bigger and bigger every month. I never thought there would be this many people in the diecast community, especially for the 118 that I kind of favor a little bit more. And yeah, I really didn't think that there was that many people out there as crazy as I was for collecting these little masterpieces. And so yeah, so I'll tell you a little bit about my story for those of you who don't know. So basically, I collected a lot of diecast cars when I was young, as many of you probably had the same story. I collected up to like about 400, maybe 500 cars, something like that, mostly 118. Basically flooded my parents' basement with cars. I kept on building shelf after shelf. And then, of course, got older, grew up, got a job, got married, got a house, and all that stuff. All those cars got into boxes. And then shortly after COVID, I kind of said to myself, with a little bit of encouragement from my family and my wife, saying, maybe do a YouTube channel, something that you enjoy doing, something you love. And the first thing that popped into my mind was diecast cars. And I kind of brought them all back out, and I started recollecting again with a focus on movie cars. And yeah, here I am. I started a YouTube channel, and one subscriber after another. I saw the encouragement, the support, the community, and you guys are the one who encouraged me to keep on going with your support, and it's been so much fun. It's been a lot of fun. So I'm going to give you guys some updates a bit later on my channel and what's to come, schedule wise and content wise. We got a lot of boxes, diecast to look at tonight. So let me start by looking at some of the comments. I know there's already quite a few. I'll forgive me if I don't mention everyone. I'm gonna try to look at everyone so far, and there's a lot. All right, so we've got people from New Zealand. We've got Cody. How's it going? We've got Scott from Pittsburgh. We got people from all over the place. Max, how's it going? Family Ties Ford from Ontario, how's it going? The Real Electro, what's going on? we've got yeah, we got Hemi Nate. How's it going, Nate? We got David. We've got Life in 118 Scale. We've got a lot of people, a lot of familiar names, guys. I can't believe you guys are all here. Thank you so much. Hello to everyone. I'm just gonna say hello to everyone. Hello, Neil from Retro Collectibles. He's been a lot of help, getting me off the ground with the live and some tips here and there, because he does a lot of live. If any of you haven't seen Neil's channel, Retro Collectibles, go ahead and subscribe to him. We're kind of in the same kind of field of enjoying and collecting diecast cars, especially movie cars. So yeah, we got a lot of people online. Thank you everyone for joining. Yeah, Mitchell, Ben, all my buddies from all of my subscribers. So thank you for being here. All right, and throughout the live, I'm going to be checking periodically. If you guys have any questions, please, this is your chance. I don't know how many more lives I'm going to do. I hope to, if this one goes well, I might do them a little bit more frequently. I don't know about every week, but for sure, I'd love to do them more often, especially now that I know it works and I figured out how to do it. I'm a bit of a techie, but this is with lives, anything can happen, right? So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more of these, answering questions, unboxing. Tonight, you're gonna get the real Rick, the raw, unscripted, raw Rick. So we're gonna just go with the flow here. Normally, the episodes that you see are kind of, I do research. It's a bit rehearsed in terms of figuring out, what to say, how to say it, what I'm going to show. I don't use a teleprompter or anything like that, but I try to, keep the episodes, concise and everything. I like to have that kind of organization. So without a script tonight, I don't know what's going to happen. So hopefully I won't mess up royally. So there are, first of all, let's go through. I'm giving away over $500 of prizes thanks to some great sponsors. We have $125 from Nice Car Collection. Now that is going to be applicable to Canadian residences because they only ship currently within Canada. Then we have two $50 gift certificates from a local diecast shop here in Montreal, Quebec, called Auto Suggestion. And you have to be a Quebec resident for that, in store only. But for the rest of you out there, I got great news. We have 3 amazing diecasts that I will ship wherever you are, as long as you're not on the moon or some other planet. If you're on the Earth here, I will get it to you. And I'm going to show you what they are right now. So starting with this bad boy from the Mod Squad. I figured we'd have some TV and movie cars to give away. And this is generously donated by Mike Diecast. He has a Facebook page where he sells cars just like this and some rare ones too. So we are giving this away. Next, we have another actual Challenger. I think this is a different year. This is a 71. This is really cool. Will stand out in your collection. This is donated by Passion Diecast, a local store here in Montreal, actually in Laval, which is a suburb of Montreal in Quebec. So they've graciously donated this guy. We'll be giving this away. Then lastly, we have one that the Model Car Vault is donating, which is the Interceptor, the Ford Falcon from Mad Max. So I will be giving this away to one lucky winner. And I'll explain a little bit about how we're going to do that. So if you go on the description of my live, somewhere down there, there's a link to a website, which is not much of a website right now, but it's a kind of a placeholder for a future Model Car Vault website. And you can enter there. So it's basically themodelcarvault.com / 10K live. So one entry per participant. You need to click whether you are a Canadian or Quebec resident. Otherwise, if you're not from Canada or Quebec, you just need to check mark the worldwide one, just to let us know that you're not from Florida, for example, and you're not entering for the in-store pickup here in Quebec. So just read through that. Hopefully that won't take you too long. And take your time. The entries will automatically close, I believe, at 11 o'clock. And we'll announce the winners pretty much around that time. But we'll see how it goes. I might announce them sooner. I know I don't want to run too late. So with all that being said, I'm going to show you guys what I plan to unbox tonight. Now, I have plans for 3 or 4 cars, and I'm not going to go super detailed into them, because that could take a lot of time. And let me know if I'm talking too fast too. But I'm going to show you, and maybe you guys can help me decide which one you want to prioritize in unboxing. I did post them to show you guys what we're going to unbox. So let me show you some really cool ones, especially the first one I'm going to show you. So this is a car I've been meaning to get for ever since I started collecting the movie cars. This is the Dirty Mary Crazy Larry Charger. Super hard to find, super rare and expensive if you're looking for it now, unless you come across some crazy deal. But most likely you're going to pay somewhere in the $300 to $400 range for this if you're looking at it on Marketplace or on eBay. So I am looking forward to unboxing this. I think it's brand new. I don't think it's ever been opened. It may have been. I've never opened it. So looking forward to looking at this one. And next. Okay, this one I never thought I would find. This is the Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo, of course. Not the not the Johnny Lightning. This is the Joyride edition. So yeah, and especially since I got the Johnny Lightning version, I kind of stopped hunting because I'm like, okay, I got the Mystery Machine that I wanted, and if I never see a Joyride version, I'm not going to be upset or anything. But this one came up on Marketplace, just popped up from a seller in Winnipeg, and I bid on it, and I got it. I'll tell you how much I paid for it in a little bit, but I got it for a really good deal. Not even, probably half of what I thought I'd pay for it. So brand new, still has all of the straps on it and everything. And I am a huge Scooby-Doo fan. So at this point, I got all of the Mystery Machines. So that's going to be exciting. And if we have time, I've got 2 more. So Norev just came out, or not just came out, they re-released the Magnum PI Ferrari. They had it out a couple of years ago, and they re-released it, and now it's sold out again, obviously. So I'm looking forward to not only opening this, but I'm going to compare it to my GT Spirit version, which I have right here. So that is going to be an interesting comparison because they're both sealed models, almost identical. But I could already spot without opening this one some subtle differences. So that's going to be a cool comparison that we can look at. And I know that, like myself, we have a lot of Dukes of Hazzard fans out there. And if we have time, I picked up this one recently, which is Cooter's Camaro. And this is going to be a pretty good addition to my Dukes of Hazzard collection. Also pretty hard to find. But there are some key things about this one that don't make it 100% accurate that we'll point out. But it's a must if you're really a collector for Dukes of Hazzard diecasts. So let's see if we can get through all of those. I'm not going to go super detail and no deep dives on all of these. Just want to make it fun and have a good variety for everyone. And yeah, so I'm going to go to the comments now before we start doing anything. Hold on a second. Okay. All right. So I'm going to look at some comments. All right. So let's see where we can take it from. All right, Mitchell, amazing first live. Thank you, thank you. I'm trying to do my best here. This is really, I'm not good at improv, so hopefully I'm not gonna mess up too much. And I tend to mumble and stutter a little bit too. So hopefully I'm clear. All right, Ben, you made it our night. Rick, thank you, thank you. I'm glad that you guys are all taking your Sunday off. I know for a lot of you Americans, it's kind of the 4th of July weekend. Hopefully your festivities are kind of done and you're resting now. And hopefully you're not taking your time away from that for me. But if you are, well, thank you. Canon Music, Cody. Just want to say I've told you before, your channel is awesome and the growth of it is well deserved. Keep up what you do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Luigi. Hey, Rick. Sorry for getting late. No worries, guys. If you're late, I mean, you didn't miss much. I'll bring you all up to speed again. And all right. James, thank you. Earl. All right. All right. Seeker's looking for a 69 Baldwin Motion Camaro, if anyone can help him out. I think he messaged me a couple times for that too. I've been looking on the lookout for that as well. So hello to everyone. Let's see. All right, I'm just looking for questions. I want to say hello to everyone, but I'm looking for questions if anyone has. All right, so Motorhead Garage in the house. Greg, how's it going? Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your support. There's a lot of people on this live and that have been helping me on this channel because I am just like you guys. I am by no means an expert in diecast. I don't have any kind of historical experience in any retail or design of any. I was just a kid collecting cars, and now I'm like a bigger kid collecting cars. And so yeah, I am just like you guys. I only say what I know. I try to obviously fact check everything I say as much as possible. But there's always opinions, and everyone's entitled to an opinion. I mean, I say what I like, and some people, say what they like. But we're all in this because we love, collecting cars, and it's all about the nostalgia. For me, obviously, if we start nitpicking on details on which car, which brand is better, which car has more detail, yeah, if you're really into that, and for some cars I am, especially if you're paying top dollar for certain cars, yes, you want there to be accuracy, detail, opening parts. But sometimes, with I show you guys sealed models, or more budget oriented ones. If that's maybe the only brand that makes that car, then I'm cool with that. At the end of the day, as you can see, they're on the shelf. Once I open them and look at them, they're on there, and they stay there for a while, So for me, I look at everything as a whole. If I had to only collect maybe a handful of cars, yes, maybe I might want to have more detail in them. But all that being said, guys, just want to say I'm still relatively new at this. So I am learning as I go. My YouTube channel has been giving me the experience. I learned so much just by seeing other videos, other YouTubers out there, watching other reviews. When I'm unboxing cars myself on my channel, I have honestly, like, there's so many things that I didn't know before, and it's opened up my eyes to a whole new world. And I am really grateful to you guys for all of your support. I can't say that enough, and it's been really encouraging. So I never thought that I would be able to do this. I am. If for those of you who don't know what I do for a living, I'm actually a video producer. Surprise, surprise. So I'm used to being behind the camera, and not so much in front of it. So changing the roles, actually, having to film myself, it's been some adjusting, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun because I know that you guys who are watching are, you know, you have the same love and affection for these cars as I do. So there's that commonality. And yeah, there's a lot that I have for me to be thankful for. All right, so and I'm seeing a lot of words of encouragement here, guys. Thank you. I even have my niece on here. What's up, Ambra? All right, so we have some questions. All right, we got some questions. All right, let me get some answers for you guys. Um, all right. Life in 118 scale. What's up, Chris? Chris is a fellow collector I bumped into a few times, and we have some common friends as well. He's close to Quebec, and you should check out his channel as well, Life in 118 scale. Very influential in my videos as well. All right, so yeah, someone has a question about the link. It should be in the YouTube description. Otherwise, it is themodelcarvault.com/10K live. And right there's an entry form. Fill it out, and you'll basically just check off the boxes. Again, I want to remind everyone, if you're not from Canada or Quebec, don't check off those two. Only check off the worldwide, just because the shipping is restricted for those prizes. And the Quebec one is in-store only. So, hey, if you're happen to want to be in Quebec to claim it, go ahead. But otherwise, you cannot claim it, or I can't send it to you. Their condition is in-store only. But yeah, check that out. Enter it in, and I will do the draws live right here. We have this fun app. It's kind of like a Wheel of Fortune spinning thing. So, all right, let me get back to some questions, and then we'll start. What do you guys say? We unbox the charger. We do that one first. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, the Dirty Mary. Okay, so let me see if there's any other questions. David is looking for an Auto World Jack Reacher Chevelle. Yeah, so that one I just did a short on. I have it up here somewhere. This one's pretty rare. It's a really nice one. This is an Auto World silver screen machine. So my buddy Greg, a Motor Car Garage, was influential, and we'll talk about him in a little bit also, in designing this. This is actually a pre-production model. So this was not a fully production model. This was kind of like the last phase of the designs. I'm gonna show you a close-up here. Yeah, I got a fancy camera system here where I could do an instant close-up. So this is a really cool model. As with all Auto World silver screen machines, very detailed. Everything opens. It's got a really nice engine with the nice spring hinges here. Check that out. So obviously, being a movie buff, and this was a really cool movie car. Okay, we got our first technical glitch here. We have okay. So the you know what? I'm just gonna put this aside for a second. It doesn't like closing. All right. So normally I would edit this part out, but you know what? It's a beautiful car, and I'm sure we'll figure out how to close that hood eventually. But you know, we're just gonna put it back on the shelf right now because we've got some other cars to look at. But that is a nice one. Hard to find. And that was a really cool car in the movie because Tom Cruise did all of his stunt driving in that, and like I think a 7 or 8 or 9 minute long chase scene where he bangs the hell out of it. So yeah, what's my favorite car in my collection? Okay, so this is a hard one, guys. I mean, I'm sure if someone asks you guys what's your favorite car, that is a tough one. And you know what? I should have given that some thought before this live because I knew someone would ask me. That is hard. And my answer keeps changing every now and then, every time I get a new one. But I mean, there are also, just so you guys know, there's about, I think there's about 200 cars in this unit here. And I have about 100 more movie cars is still in their boxes because I don't have space anymore. I am planning on expanding this later this summer, but yeah, I can't fit them all in here. And as you can see, they're pretty jam packed. So I'm big on 007. I'm big on Batmobiles, big on Dukes of Hazzard. Obviously, anything 80s, 90s TV and movie. Christine, did you guys see my short the other day of getting the Christine Charger and Camaro? I was super stoked about that. So I've got almost all the Christine models, but they're not in here. I only have the one Christine. So to say which is my favorite, oh, of course, how can I forget Back to the Future? Honestly, those are all series that I just love collecting for. If I had to choose one, I mean that's literally impossible to say. Um, that is a tough one. That is a tough one. I mean, the General Lee is pretty much up there. I have the Auto World Authentics version of that. Um, it's my favorite car, but is it my favorite diecast? I don't know. I don't know because there's a distinguish, right? There's a difference. I've got the Jurassic Park Jeep. That's one of my favorites also because it's kind of super rare as well. I recently got a 118, a true 118 Hot Wheels Elite Ecto 1. I haven't opened it yet, but that might be one of my favorites. And what else? I got the Flintstones. Honestly, so hard to say which one is my favorite. I could probably say my top five, but oh yeah, the Ferris Bueller Ferrari, California. The that one is up there. Let me give that one some thought. Maybe I'll come up with a number one. All right. So Retro is asking. I was wondering why it was so rare, the Scooby Doo, and what makes sense if they ended production early. I don't know why. I don't know why the Scooby Doo is so rare. Uh, my suspicion with a lot of the joy rides, but probably more particularly the Scooby Doo and even the Flintstones. At the time, Joyride, we're talking about the early 2000s, they were priced super low, right? I mean, you're talking about like, you can probably find them at Walmart for $20, $30, maybe even cheaper if they were discounted. So they weren't, I mean, I wasn't buying them at the time, right? So I don't know firsthand, but what I can imagine is people were buying them more for their kids or as actual toys, even though they were die cast. I feel like a lot of them probably just ended up being toys and scrapped and just in toy boxes, given to donation or whatever, and not necessarily treated as collectibles at the time. Now, of course, they're collectibles, but I don't imagine that they had a low production run. I'm pretty sure they would have had higher numbers. They just probably just ended up. They probably half of them are in landfills probably right now, unfortunately. But um, it's either that or anyone who bought them is not selling them, and they're just holding on to them. So that's a good question, and I don't know if anyone else has a better answer, but I ask myself all the time, and that's a big question with all of these cars. Why are they super rare, right? I mean, they made thousands of them. Why are they so hard to find? Why are they so expensive right now? That is a question that is hard to answer. Um, the Boss Hog car he made was awesome. Yes, thank you. Thank you, James Becker. I made two Boss Hog Cadillacs on my channel. One is the 76 that was modeled after the movie version. That one was fun, but still had some challenging components to it. And then I did the 73, which is not based on any real Boss Hog Cadillac. It's kind of like an alternate universe Boss Hog Cadillac. But without getting my hands on an actual 1970 Cadillac, that's the closest we can get. And also, that one is not really 118, but still a lot of fun to make. And honestly, like having that Cadillac is better than having no Cadillac, right? So thanks for all of you who watched that one and maybe tried to do that yourselves as well. Um, let's see here. Let's see here. Um, all right. Okay, so love that Chevelle. Okay, all right. Yeah, Motorhead's Garage. I'll work on that hinge. I just don't want to like force it on the live and break it in front of everyone and get like 100 of you cringing. So I'm gonna look at that later. I probably opened it too much and maybe like it just got inverted. Um, so yeah, it is a pre-production model. Maybe that was an issue. I have no idea. Although I doubt it. All right. So if I happen to skip a question or anything, just re-ask me later on because I don't want to get too caught up and lose my place here. All right. So all right. I think we're good for now. Yeah, Mitchell's saying I remember when auto art first came out at $40. Unfortunately, so I only got back into collecting maybe like 2 3 years ago, like just after COVID. It was like a few years ago, and I regret stopping. I stopped for since like around the year 2000, 2001. So like those 20 years were the years where all these cars came out and I was like absent. My business took off, I got married, kids, house, everything, and collecting cars just got put on the back burner. And regrettably, those were the times where all these cars were coming out and I was oblivious. I had no idea. And so now I'm playing catch up. I'm paying premium for all these cars, whereas I could have got them at retail. Could have got like these Dukes of Hazzard cars for like $40 when they came out. Instead, now I'm paying 10 times their price. So, but all that being said, it's never too late to get into it. If you're new to collecting and you're watching this, and I don't want you to get discouraged at all, start small, one car after another, maybe even just collect the new ones that are coming out right now, and don't sweat the old stuff. Take your time. But yeah, I have had a lot of catching up to do. Most of what you see behind me, the 200 and almost 300 cars, I've collected in the last 3 years, mostly due to my YouTube channel just kind of encouraging me to like, okay, now what other cars am I going to find? What can I show you guys for the channel? So, all right, 10:35. Let's get into unboxing. All right, so let's grab our Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry. All right. So as I mentioned, this is a car that my buddy Greg Lacarte helped design. Was very instrumental in researching for it, putting it together. This is kind of like, at the time, a flagship car for Auto World, although they didn't know it. Apparently, they didn't have a lot of faith in this car. They thought it was very niche, not very popular. But they put a lot of work into the details, and they were only expecting to do one run of, I think, like about 2,500 units. And let me just put it close up here. And it ended up being a success. And they did two more runs of, I think, around 2,500 each. And so they ended up making about just under 8,000 units in total. And so it's a authentic Charger, very much like the General Lee. Let me just get a little knife here. And so I'm assuming it's got all of the same detail, all the same opening parts and components as the authentic General Lee. So there we go. Check that out. And we got a little antenna that comes with it. Boom. And this is a unique antenna, not like the General Lee that has the CB radio antenna in the back. This one actually has one on the side here. As you can see, there's a side hole for the antenna. So let's put this aside. All right, so yeah, this is from the movie, which came out, I think, in the 70s. I think it was like 1974 or something like that. And was basically a cult classic. I hadn't seen it until recently, but there's some crazy car chases. Now, this car comes in the later part of the film when they ditch their first car, and they kind of steal this one. And yeah, it was a low-budget movie. Let me just see here if we could do like a... There we go. It was a low-budget movie. Let me just do a swap here. It's better. Okay. But yeah, it ended up being a cult classic, and obviously we love these movies because of the car chases. And yeah, it was. I think this one was made in 2014. Got really nice engine, the 440. Same nice hinges. I think it's got the spinning axle there, drive shaft. Opening trunk with the Charger lined trunk, spare tire, which they actually change in the film. Opening doors. I'm opening this for the first time, by the way. I normally would be going like drooling and going gaga over this, but it's been sitting here and I've been staring at it in the box for so long that I'm kind of over that right now. But it is a beauty. I mean, you have everything. I don't know if you can see that inside there. Everything's super detailed, basically just like the Authentics generally. And we got this little antenna guy here. Let's put that on. All right, I'll try not to break it, but that goes right here. Boom. And yeah. So again, this was a car that at the time that Auto World was making this, you know, a lot of the cars sometimes were lacking, details just because of budgets and cutbacks and everything. And the team, which was led by Greg, said, you know what, put faith in us. We're going to give this one as much detail as possible, as much accuracy and authenticity. as possible and won't let you down. And they were right, and they proved everyone in the diecast community and auto world that you make a car this accurate and this special that people will buy into it, and we appreciate that. And so this has been really hard to find. I got this recently. I paid, I think, about, I don't know if I should say this, but it was about 350 or $60 Canadian, which is a little bit more than I would have wanted to pay. But it's less than you would pay for Dukes of Hazzard generally of the same quality. But it is beautiful. Honestly, this is a really, really special car. And if you haven't seen the movie, check it out. I don't know where you could watch it right now, but it's pretty cool. If you haven't seen the movie, actually, here's a fun fact. If you haven't seen the movie, you've probably seen this car on TV, and I'll tell you where. If you've ever watched The Fall Guy, the stuntman Fall Guy TV show from the '80s with the GMC truck, in the opening credits, in the opening title sequence, in the intro, you're gonna spot the scene from this movie where this crashes into the train and explodes. They use that scene in the opening sequence of The Fall Guy, and that is a super cool fun fact. And you can't miss it. You'll see the color of the car. So that was really interesting. You should go check that out on YouTube after my live, of course. So yeah, does anyone have any questions about this car before we move on? Oh boy, there's a lot. There's a lot of questions here. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Let's see what we can get here. All right. All right. Mitchell's saying put a little oil on the Chevelle hinges. Okay. All right. We'll do. Does anyone have a Sunstar 118 Mercury Cougar for one also? Do I have any Chevy Impalas in my collection? Yes, I do. I do have a lot of Impalas. I don't know if I have I do have some classic Impalas here. And I have a lot in my storage that are not necessarily movie related. Motorhead's Garage. Personally, my advice is don't waste money on placeholders. Be patient and save for the car you really want. That's good advice. And I kind of sit on the fence for that. I do know that if there's a car out there that I really want and it's attainable, I will wait for it instead of getting a placeholder. But if there's a car that is going to be a lot harder to find, and I know that I may not find it or it might take a couple of years, I would probably get a placeholder that, when the time comes, I could just sell it. And I'll say why is basically because I look at my collection as a whole again, and I just like seeing, the cars as a collection. And for certain cars, like there's a lot of placeholders. Like, for example, Ferris Bueller Ferrari, you can get it from KK Scale, or you get the Hot Wheels Elite version, right? Those are two extremes. But if you can't find or afford the Hot Wheels version, the KK Scale is a great placeholder. And for many, that could be the only one, and that's fine. So I don't know. It depends on if you even call them placeholders. But yeah, it's whatever suits you, So I have a question here. Great advice for starters and newbies, but what's the end goal? Do you have a collection goal? Do you have treasure hunts you're after? Are you going to sell the collection and buy a real car? Okay, that's a lot of loaded questions. So my end goal, I haven't thought about the end goal yet. Right now, I'm still looking for some grails. I'm getting to the point where I have almost everything I want. But even when I thought I had everything, new cars come out, or I discover cars that I didn't even know existed, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that existed. And there was one that just recently, well, like this one. Until I knew this one existed, this was never on my list. So only until about a year ago, when I discovered this in the film, This was never on my list, and then I saw it, and I'm like, okay, this is one I got to hunt. Um, so yeah, my end goal is to have a collection, not necessarily of every single TV movie car, because I don't necessarily want to collect every from every movie or TV show. Um, but for sure, the ones that I'm more nostalgic towards. Um, I think at some point, and it's not going to be anytime soon. At some point, I might decide to sell the collection or downsize to a smaller scale. I can't think of doing that right now, but I know that eventually, I see it in other collectors where they've reached the limit, and either life changes or finances changes or you move or whatever the case is, you end up selling or downsizing. Um, I'm not there yet. I'm collecting partially for myself, but as well for this channel. So I have a lot of motivation to continue. But yes, if I were to sell everything, could probably buy a real classic car. So yeah, hope that answers your question. Um, what good camera could you suggest for filming videos? Non-stock model car. So right now, I use the main camera you're seeing is a Sony FX30, which is kind of a camera that I use for filming some of my other stuff. But an iPhone does pretty much almost as good. The only reason I use this camera is because I have it, and it gives me a few options to control a little bit more. But honestly, for YouTube videos, your go-to camera is whatever you have. iPhone is pretty much as good as anything you can get. Even if you go back a few models. But I'm using right now, what you see here is a Sony FX30, and the close-up camera is actually another camera, which is a Sony RX 100. All right, so let's see, what good camera? Okay, we got that. Motorheads chimed in for about the production. You guys should read his comments. Very knowledgeable, and again, he's the one who was influential in the whole design of this. And all right, so what do we got? Nate, this is one I still need to add to my collection. Jeans, where is he? Yeah, okay. All right, yeah, Gene's Garage TV. How much do you want to spend, and what do you want to do with the videos? Oh, he's asking for the cameras. Yeah, it depends on your budget, of course. David, I agree too. Motorhead's Garage placeholder is rarely a good fit. Yeah, the whole play. If you've seen my video on placeholders, it's not something I do all the time, but it is a strategy that I use just because sometimes I just don't think I'm ever going to find certain Grail cars, and eventually I do. And there's never a placeholder for every car. For example, the Maisto for the Smoking Bandit Trans Am, that's kind of a placeholder, not a real placeholder. There's definitely no placeholders for this unless you get, I guess, another Charger from Maisto and just paint it the same yellow. All right. I wish I could find a Fall Guy figure. Yeah, you know what? For the figures, you can start 3D printing them. That's what I've been doing. All right. Let me go back to this full screen. Okay, so how am I combining the two cameras? Okay, well, it's a device I literally just got yesterday, which was delayed. Was shipped to my neighbor by accident. I got it from Amazon, and I was like going crazy that I wasn't going to have it. I really wanted to have this 2-camera setup. It's just a little kind of switcher. You just basically plug in 2 cameras, and you can switch between cameras, and you can do side by side. You can do a more widescreen side by side. Pretty cool. Very basic. I think it's like $100 something on Amazon. Again, I'm a tech geek, so it's kind of my thing. All right, so let's go on to the next car. So if anyone else has any questions about this, I can still answer them later. And now that it's open, I get to add it to my shelf somewhere, but I'm gonna have to swap it with something else. Where do you guys think I should put it? With more of the kind of the Dukes section, or I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. But she is a beauty. Let's have one more look at her. She is a beauty. And I'm gonna take a sip of water. All right. Again, this one was very, very accurate. All right. I mean, normally, you'll get models that have different rims or, slightly different paint job or anything. This one was super, super accurate. All right. So, what do we got next? What do you guys want to do next? We'll do, should we do, let's take a quick vote just in the chat. Do we do the Magnum PI Ferrari, or do you guys want to go ahead with the Mystery Machine? Let's get a couple of votes in. Mystery Machine or Magnum PI Ferrari. Now, both of them I could do comparisons with. I could compare the Joyride with the Johnny Lightning, and I can compare the Norev with the GT Spirit, which is a little bit more interesting because they're very, very similar, versus the Joyride and the Johnny Lightning are way different, especially in size, as you will see. Okay, we're getting a bit of mixed reactions here. We got Magnum, Ferrari, Scooby, Mystery Machine, Ferrari. It's kind of a toss-up. Ferrari, okay, I always go with the Ferraris. Okay, we're getting more and more Ferraris. Okay, so I do want to get to the Mystery Machine because I'm curious myself to open it, but all right, okay, guys, I don't know, Mystery Machine. Okay, let's go with the Ferrari. All right, we'll do the Ferrari really quick. Oh, coin toss. Okay, you know what? No, let's just go with the Ferrari. So this should be easy because there's actually no opening parts, and that's a whole discussion in its own. So let's check it out. So this one, as I mentioned, just recently got put back onto the Norev website. It used to be there a little while back, and so the crazy thing with this is that whenever a Magnum PI car comes out, and you guys saw that I did the KK scale 1 and 112, people go crazy over it. Magnum PI is one of those shows from the 80s that anyone who's into cars or the 80s nostalgia, that is on top of your list. And my grail car would obviously be the Hot Wheels Elite version of this, but that goes for that can go for almost $1,000 Canadian. You're looking at $700, $800, $900 for the Hot Wheels Elite version, and that one, of course, has all opening parts, super detailed. But if you can get that, if you're like myself and you want another option, well, this is it. You don't have many other options because you got Norev right now. You got GT Spirit, which is rare. Only 1,500 of those were made. Mine is numbered. And then you have a couple of others, I think from Kyosho. I forget what else, but they're not exactly Magnum replicas, and meaning they might have black interior or they're not with the license plate and everything. So this is your option, and this one I only got for like $115 Canadian. So, which is great. A great question. If with the re-release of these, if it will bring down the aftermarket costs of all the other Magnum PI Ferraris, because they were previously harder to find. So how do you unscrew this guy? I'm not going to use my gloves on this one. I thought it would be just too cumbersome for the live. But normally I would use my gloves. I'm fingerprinting this guy just for you guys. Using my electric screwdriver here, my trusty electric screwdriver. Okay, I think, oh, there's one more. Okay, all right. So there she is. You guys can see that. And nice case. I like that Norv has like the frame, kind of helps protect it for shipping, and also nice for displaying. And I don't know where to put all these now, but I'm gonna just put it down here. Okay, so all right, what do we got here? So yeah, so this is it. Let me take off the this guy here. Okay, I didn't have to cut it. Good. All right, so the Ferrari 308. Now, Magnum PI, if you're familiar with the show, as I'm pretty sure 99% of you are, with the exception of maybe my niece, who's, probably not familiar with it. They went through several 308s in the show. Most of the models we see are modeled after the more later versions. And there's a few subtle differences that you can tell which one it is, mostly by the black on the grills and everything. But I've also learned from getting the diecast to spot out a few discrepancies. But this one seems to be pretty accurate. This one has a removable roof, which normally we see Magnum without the roof, because he was like a giant, like 6 foot something, and his head would actually stick out of the roof. So they had to even modify the seat for him. So he was a big guy, tall guy, and this is a tiny car. So most of the time you see without the roof. Now, paint on this looks great. Honestly, I would say go to the Norv site and order one right now, but they're already sold out. But if they re-released it one time already, they might re-release it again. So the doors don't open. Nothing opens on this. It's got a nice stance, nice paint job, no suspension, subtle, like slightly turning wheels, not like too much. That's the front. And what's cool is that they don't have the Ferrari emblem at the bottom, which is the way it should be on the show. I believe they removed it because it kept on either coming off with the stunts and everything. But that's true to the movie. And of course, you've got the Robin 1 plate in the back. Obviously, that's the one main characteristic that defines this being the TV show car, apart from the actual model and the color. So what's cool with the interior on this one is it's really super well detailed. I don't know if you can get a good look at that. And the carpeting or the interior like floor is kind of like that felt, which is a nice touch. So pretty well detailed inside. Now, does it roll well? Yeah, it's not bad. Actually, now that we're talking about rolling, I'm going to tell you the pros and cons with the GT Spirit, and we're going to compare the two. So the GT Spirit, when I got this one, I was over the moon. Basically, I was. Oh, wait, which one is which now? Yeah, this is the GT Spirit. Okay, all right. This is the GT Spirit. I was over the moon when I got this one because I never thought. Okay, this was about a year ago. I never thought I'd get the Magnum PI Ferrari. Every time I look at online or a marketplace, first of all, you never find one, and if you did, super 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 expensive. And this one, I was like, I don't know what I was doing. I was at work or something. I was on a job, and of course, I pop out my phone, go on marketplace, and it just popped up. It was like, 5 minutes ago, it said, GT Spirit, Magnum PI Ferrari. I literally just stopped what I was doing. I didn't even I just said, where are you? I'll be there. And uh, I the guy wasn't even home. He left it with his wife, which I ended up picking up at a McDonald's that she worked at, literally like within the hour. And I got it for a pretty good deal. I think it was like under $200. So I was super stoked because all I kept on looking at was the Hot Wheels Elite version, which was like $700-800, like I mentioned. And so when I saw this and the fact that it's a limited production run, this is a 886 of 1500. If you can see that. So yeah, but there's problems with this one. So number one is, well, if you call it a problem, nothing opens. So just like the Norv, nothing opens. But the wheels don't move. They don't steer. You can't steer them, and it doesn't roll. If you notice, the wheels are barely moving. The wheels are like, look at that, they're stiff. So I don't know if it actually was like that new, or I mean, it was pretty new when I opened it, but nothing really moves on this. It's like a static model. And the other thing, it does have a felt lined interior as well, but not really tan as much as I would want it to be like the show. It's kind of like a grayish beige versus the tan of the Norev. So I don't know if you could see the comparison of the two without me dropping or breaking any of them. But you can definitely see the difference in color. So even actually, if you look at the paint job, actually, there's a subtle difference in the paint job too. I don't know, which one do you guys think is more accurate? This is the GT Spirit. This is the Norev. Which one has a more Magnum paint job? Honestly, I thought they were the same, but now that I'm really seeing them side by side, so Norev, GT Spirit. So, and do you guys think I should keep the GT Spirit or sell it and just hang on to the Norev? And actually, guys, Motorhead's Garage and anyone else who was talking about the placeholders, this is actually an excellent example of a placeholder. So this is a Magnum PI Ferrari. There's no doubt about it. This is the 308. And I'm going to put it there, and that's it. I have the Magnum PI Ferrari. But can we say that this is a placeholder until one day I might get the Hot Wheels Elite version, and this is a placeholder for that? That is an interesting take on that, because as much as this is it for me, like this could be, I'm happy with this. I could say that it's a placeholder for the Hot Wheels Elite version. For me, because this is so close to being what I want out of the car, other than opening parts, to jump up to spending that much more for just opening parts, that's a lot. So yeah, it's for me, this is a done deal. Whether it's a placeholder or not, we'll see in the future. But I like it. If you look at the bottom of this one, if we look at both bottoms, very similar. I don't know, I can't see both of them on one screen. Very similar. I think just the Norev one has a bit of gray, chrome, not chrome, but engine components. But otherwise, pretty plain underneath. There is one other detail that is worth pointing out that I'm noticing, is the front bumper. So you'll notice on the GT Spirit, the front bumper is more indented versus the Norev, the bumper is sticking out more. And that's probably because this is the more North American version and this is the European version. Um, that's my guess, because usually North American cars have to deal with regulations and everything. So this might be more accurate to the Magnum PI Ferrari, since it was an American car or American, regulated car. So yeah, so that is the Magnum PI Ferrari. If anyone's looking to get one, either one is good. I think the Norev one has a little bit more advantage, but the GT Spirit is more valuable because it's a limited production run. So value-wise, if you're looking at that, then the GT Spirit is the one you want to get. But I think color and more accuracy, go with the Norev, and you're gonna save a lot of money too. All right, let's look at some comments. Is everyone with me so far? Oh my God, it's already 11. It's already 11. Oh my God. Okay. So how about we do one? How about we do at least one giveaway right now? Because I don't want everyone to stay necessarily until the end. So we'll do a giveaway. Which one we'll start with? I think we'll start with one of the diecasts. Let me just put these aside for now, and then I'll get to a couple of questions. And guys, I'm not going to have any specific end time. If anyone needs to go, thank you for staying so long already. But I'm here for until you guys want to quit. I got some other stuff I'm going to unbox. So let's just get to a couple of questions, and we'll do our first draw for the diecasts, and we'll take it from there. So, all right, what do we got here? Actually, while you're all here, make sure to hit that like button, guys. Smash that like button for me. That really helps the channel. All right, so so yeah, there's the argument of sealed model versus opening. That is a very delicate topic, because a lot of people obviously love opening parts, but you pay for the opening parts, and you pay for that extra production value. When you have a sealed car, it costs less, and sometimes it's more accurate, and so there's a trade-off. For me, I don't really care so much whether it's opening or not, as long as it kind of represents the car and I can, add it to my collection. As long as it's somewhat accurate, that's what matters. So okay, so what do we got here? Yeah, the KK is doing Marty's Toyota. That's going to be an interesting show. And I know Retro is looking forward to that one too, because we all invested in the automobile Toyota. At the time the first release came out, we thought that was going to be it. And then they came out with a second run with a slightly different version. And now KK Scale is doing one. So let's see how they both compare, because they're both sealed models. But that's going to be interesting. What Ferrari would be the best to pair with the family truckster for a National Lampoon's Christmas vacation or vacation display? Well, yeah, either of those 308s. The one in the movie was a 308, basically like Magnum's. I forget the name of the supermodel that was in the movie. But yeah, it's a reoccurring scene in most of the National Lampoon vacations. Yeah, any one of those would do beside the truckster. So Motorheads, yeah, so happy to have purchased the Hot Wheels Elite back when it was $80. $80. Lucky you, man. Right now, paying 10 times that price if I want it. All right. So someone else, Max, said his GT Spirit wheels don't move either. So I guess that's that. GT Spirits often have static wheels. I don't have very many GT Spirits. I do have one other one. I think it's a BMW, and I don't know if the wheels roll well on that one, but apparently it's a common thing with GT Spirits. All right, so we're gonna do I'm gonna get back to a few more questions, but let's do our first draw. All right, so this is going to be for the first giveaway, which is going to be let's do the Mod Squad. Let's do the Mod Squad Challenger. All right. So we'll do the giveaway if everyone is ready. Let me just set this up here. All right. So I got this neat little app. So everyone's names have already been entered. I got my crew upstairs on that. And so we've got all your YouTube handles. So it's not your private information or anything. It's all just your YouTube handles. And we are going to spin the wheel and announce our first winner. This is the first time I'm doing anything like this, so bear with me. All right. All right, here we go. Ready? So the winner for the Mod Squad Challenger. All right, who is it? Maximus Bernicus. All right. So congratulations. Now you need to present yourself on the chat and say that you're here, so that we can make sure that we can get you all the information. Congratulations on winning that. And yeah, congrats, Max. So should we do another one right away? What do you guys want to do? Let's do one more right away. And then we'll do another one after I get to some comments. And I still want to open the mystery machine. All right. So did Max reply? Is he still here? Yeah, he's still here. All right, Max, this is yours. We're going to ship this to you. So we got your email, and we'll get that to you. All right. I've never watched the Mod Squad, actually, but I've been meaning to catch a few episodes. This was, I think, a show in the 70s. But aside from the show, it is a killer cool Challenger, and it's a 1971. Awesome. Okay, so let's see here. All right, giveaway number 2. Are we ready? So let's do the let's do the V8 Interceptor. All right, so that is this guy here. So this is from Mad Max. This is on behalf of Model Car Vault. This is my little donation. So this is the from Greenlight. I've got one of them myself. It's a pretty cool model. If you're into cult movies like this one, I mean, this is like for a movie car collection, kind of a must-have. And yeah, Greenlight did a pretty good job at it. So let's spin that wheel. Here we go. So giveaway number 2 for this guy. And this is, again, worldwide. We'll ship this anywhere. So let's put this here so everyone can see. All right. Actually, let me just tone down. Just give me a second. It's going to tone down my exposure here. This is some camera tech stuff happening right here. Just to make it a little bit easier to see. I don't know if that's better. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, all right. Okay, so here we go. Just do a little switcheroo here. All right, so we're going to spin that wheel for this prize. Ready? And here we go. Seeker. All right, Seeker won the Interceptor. Seeker, you still with us? Let's make yourself known over here. I'm pretty sure he's still here, but congratulations. Yeah, we're trying to make sure that everyone is still on the live, so that well, anyone who entered is still on. But yeah, super happy that Seeker got this, and yeah, he's there. You're welcome, Seeker. We'll get this to you. And all right, so let me look at if there's any other questions before I unbox. So actually, let's take a vote. Do you guys want me to do the next giveaway or unbox the mystery machine right now? What do you guys want to do? I know it's getting a little late, but I'm still good. Let's get some votes in, guys. Let's tell me what you want to do: giveaway or mystery machine. Giveaway, giveaway, giveaway. All right. I know some of you have work tomorrow. Okay, so let's do. Well, we still have other giveaways too. So let's do one more of the actual diecast giveaways, and then we'll get to the mystery machine. And then I have the nice car giveaway for $125, and then 2 gift certificates for another diecast store, Auto Suggestion. So let's do another giveaway. All right, guys, because I really want to give back to you guys. Honestly, you've given so much to me in terms of support and community guidance, advice. So this is just my small token of appreciation to give back to you guys, and I really, really, really like can't say enough to say thanks. So this one was actually donated by Passion Diecast, so it's a local store here in Quebec, and this is a really cool. And I think Neil did this one on his channel as well. This will definitely stand out in your collection. It's really well done. Let me see here. Yeah, so a pink Challenger. This is a 70. All right, so we're going to give this one away. This is also by Greenlight. So let's get that going. So giveaway number 3. All right, here we go. Giveaway number 3. Y'all see my phone? All right, here we go. And spin that wheel. Oh, one also. All right. One also. Congratulations. Are you still with us? Yes, you are. All right. So congratulations. We will get this to you. I think you entered in your email, so we'll communicate with you. Congratulations. This is a super cool model. I actually wanted to pick one up myself. But I will you'll let me know how this is when you open it. All right. It's fully opening, as you can see in the back here. You got your hood, doors, beautiful white interior, which makes this really unique, and the trunk. So yeah, awesome. Congratulations. So we have more prizes coming up. Let's do the mystery machine. Does anyone have, if I skipped over a question or anything like that, I apologize in advance. But if there's a question you really want to ask me, just ask it again right now, and I'll look at the most latest ones. And I'll take the time to look at all these comments after the live as well to go through everything. So yeah, the color, Mitchell, I believe it's Pink Panther. They called it. I'm not sure if they actually said that on the box, but thanks, Canon. Canon is leaving the live. Canon, Cody, big supporter of mine. Always comments, always likes my videos. We message each other, and same for a lot of you guys. I love having the one-on-ones with you guys, the chats, and any way I can help. And you guys have helped me a lot. That's what's great about this diecast community that I had no idea was like this until I got into it. And it's such a cool thing. It's such a cool thing to have this kind of like brotherhood of diecast fanatics or retro maniacs that I guess we can all call ourselves as well. And again, Neil's channel, Retro Collectibles, you got to check that out. We have a lot of common interests. But there's so many channels out there that I follow and get inspired by. And yeah. Let's look at Am I going? Okay, there's a question. Am I going to the big Diecast show in Toronto that Retro is the ambassador for? So at the moment, unfortunately, no. Not because I don't want to, or I ended up getting a job on that weekend that I basically can't get out of. Now, there's a chance that I could maybe swing the last day. But unfortunately, yeah, I had a hunch that I was going to get this job, so I didn't commit to the show earlier on. But I ended up getting the job for that weekend, and obviously I couldn't pass that up. Yes, that's right, folks. I do have a job outside of YouTube. Funny thing about doing this YouTube channel is that it actually becomes pretty much a full-time job on its own. Believe it or not, on average, every episode takes me about 20 hours to produce. Yes, you heard me, 20 hours, almost 2 to 3 days a week on my off time. Meaning after I finish my regular job at nights, I'm doing like 6, 7 hours a night working on this show. Why? Well, number one is I do research on, okay, which car or topic am I going to do? So there's research involved. That takes hours. Then I gotta either buy or get the car somehow to have in my possession. Then I gotta write the episodes. So basically, I write them in a sense where I kind of outline, okay, these are the things I want to say about it. These are the points. These are the facts. These are the things I want to mention. So it's not written in a sense where it's like a full script, but I do kind of prepare myself on what I want to say. So that takes time too, because I do want to keep it like organized. And then I film it. That takes the better part of a day. And then of course I do the editing later as well, and all of the thumbnails and descriptions, and it takes time. So yeah, it becomes a job, but a fun one. Now speaking of fun, one of my favorite franchises is Scooby-Doo. And I have pretty much every Mystery Machine, except for this last one that I just got, which is the Joyride. So let's get that one opened. Hopefully you guys are still with me, and I'm not opening this up to like two people, but that's okay too. So this one, as I mentioned before, if anyone caught me, I found it on Marketplace. So what I paid for it. So basically, this one is rare. Rare is what I define as rare is like if you were to punch it in on Marketplace, if you can't find it, or if you only find one on eBay, it's classified as rare. So this is a pure example of that. I don't know why, there's not really any reason that makes it super special, because it's not like crazy detailed or has any elements to it that make it so special. It's just rare, and it's just one of those nostalgic pieces that ended up getting a lot of value over time. This one came out in 2004, so well over 20 years ago. Yeah, the real Electro, Ian, just got his Johnny Lightning Mystery Machine. So congratulations to him on that. And honestly, that's a really cool one. That's the one I originally got, and super happy with that one. What's interesting about this one is its size. So first of all, nothing on the box says 118. So normally Joyrides say that they're 118, but this one says Diecast, says Mystery Machine, blah, blah, blah. But nothing says 118 until you look at the back here. And actually, even in the back doesn't even say. Back doesn't even say 118. I know that some of them said 118, but this one doesn't say 118. Now it's not 124 because Joyride did not make these boxes for 124. But it's supposed to be a 118 now, and that is what's in question, because if this is a 118, then can someone tell me what this is? if this is a 118 and this is a 118, then which one is right? I mean, I liked this one because this one was visually more to scale, the Johnny Lightning version. But this one is Joyride, which is, you know, a little bit more on the rare side, but looks so much smaller. It's almost as close to, actually, while we have these two side by side, I'm just going to show you. So this is supposed to be 118. And I've got a few Jada versions here. So this is supposed to be a 124. And then I don't know what this is. It's probably like a 143 or 132 or something like that. And this is like a Hot Wheels. So you can see the supposed 124 is almost the same size. I mean, are you guys seeing that? I mean, yeah, it's slightly smaller, but width-wise, pretty much the same. Now, that kind of confused me because this is supposed to be a 118. But yeah. And if you're wondering, I was going to unbox this tonight too, but we'll save it for another time or another video. I also got the Solido kind of Mystery Machine inspired, they call it the Cool Combi. Color is a little bit off. Obviously, it's not a trademarked Mystery Machine, but clearly that's what it's inspired by. I was going to do this tonight too, but it's a bit too much. But for the actual Mystery Machines, this one is definitely a different size. The wheels are almost the same size, but yeah. Let me just get this here. All right. So just getting a notice saying we're going to do our next giveaway very shortly, guys. Hang in there. So yeah, this was someone is saying this was modeled after one also saying this was modeled after maybe the Ford Econoline. You know what? I wanted to compare these to like the closest real van possible, but the problem is that these are actually modeled after the cartoon versions. And the cartoon versions are skewed, right? They're like cartooned where everything is kind of like extreme. You can see like this has tiny wheels and it's like elongated and everything. So it's hard to say, okay, what is this scale compared to this one? I can do a deep dive on these on another video. So this one, I don't know where the top, I'm supposed to have the top rail. Oh, here we go. They're in the box. So it has the top rails. I'll put them on another time. But they have the top roof racks here. So should I unscrew this? Let me see here. Yeah, let's unscrew it. We're doing it, we'll do it. So give me a second. I've got a lot of boxes everywhere here. Yep. Just don't mind me. I'm just gonna. All right. Okay. All right. So yeah, this is one that once I got the Johnny Lightning one, I didn't really see the need to get the Joyride version. I also never thought I'd get it because it's impossible to find. But I paid, so I don't know if I mentioned how much I paid for this, but normally the Joyride version, you would find it for, okay, this last screw is going to be the one that makes it all come off here. Normally you'd find it for like $200-300, maybe even more. Depends on how much certain people value it. But I got this one shipped from a Canadian vendor in Winnipeg for $160. which in my opinion was a really, really, really good deal because it's nothing. I mean, honestly, you pay that for just a regular car at retail right now. $160 for a Joyride that's rare for a mystery machine. And this one, as you can see, has never been opened. Still got the straps on it. The roof rack is still glued on to the back. There's even a plastic protector here. Let me just clean up a little bit. So again, my trick to finding these guys is, well, I don't know if I want to publicize it too much, but I'm always on Facebook Marketplace. Some people are hooked to Instagram, whatever your device is, but I'm always on Marketplace. I'm always on Marketplace because things pop up all the time and you never know when. And again, this was something that just popped up, and I got the opportunity right away to make him an offer. And yeah, so it was like $135 plus shipping. That's peanuts, right? So there we go. So I got the plastic off. Now again, the roof rack is in the box, so I'm not going to put it on right now. But we'll just do a really, really quick comparison. Yeah. How are the questions going on? So people are saying the Johnny Lightning is closer to 118. Maybe, yeah, that's a good point. You know what? I think it's Hemi Nate that was saying this is closer to a 121 because Joyride and a lot of the Ertl brands back in the day, like the Ecto 1, had to shrink the cars to maybe a 121 scale because they had to conform to the size of the box. So when these manufacturers are making the boxes, they couldn't like make different sizes for every different car. So a lot of the longer cars like the Ecto 1s or big pickup trucks or some other cars like Cadillacs, they shrank them to 121 because they had to fit within the box. So this could be a reason why the mystery machine is smaller. Maybe it is not a 118 truly. Maybe it's more like a 121. There's another strap in the back here. And this one I'm going to have to cut very carefully. Normally you want to cut from the bottom, but we don't have much of a choice here. So let's try not to damage the paint. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, folks. So let's check this one out. All right. So, all right, we have the figurines here. I'm not gonna get the figurines out right now, but if you want to take a closer look at them, you got Shaggy and Scooby over there. He's holding, I guess, I don't know what he's holding. Looks like a bucket of something. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. So we'll take those out another time. I might do a whole video review eventually. And yeah, I don't know where to put anything. I didn't really factor in where I'd put all these things, but anyways. So, so look at the size difference. Look at the size difference, guys. I mean, if this is a true 118, this one looks like a 124, honestly. But if you put this one aside and say, okay, this is a 118 and this is a 124, very close. Like this could be a 121 and this be a 124. And then you got this guy and then the Hot Wheels. So yeah, I'm big on the mystery machine, as you can see. So yeah, now feature-wise, from what I've seen online, they both have the same type of opening doors. They open the same way, and both of them have the trunks that open. They're very, very, very similar that way. You can see the side view is very, very similar. I think the only difference, if we look at them close up, so one of them, the line On the Johnny Lightning, the line starts. It's this line that starts like between the handle and the door, versus the the Joyride line is like right over the door handle. But other than that, this one has more chrome elements. So it has a chrome bumper versus this one has just like a painted gray bumper. But I think that's about it. So the only major difference is the size. So yeah, let me know in the comments, which one would you prefer? Which one would you say is the one to have? Would you prefer the Johnny Lightning or the Joyride? Now both are really rare, and honestly, like I really love the Johnny Lightning. I think this is the one I prefer the most, but the Joyride one is, I think, more of a, not, I don't want to say grail piece. I wouldn't call it a grail piece, but it's definitely a rare one. And I figured, hey, I'm collecting all of the mystery machines. Might as well have this one too, right? So let me know which one you guys prefer. So a lot of people are saying Johnny Lightning. After seeing this, I am off the Joyride. I prefer the larger one. I prefer the Johnny Lightning. Yeah, a lot of people are saying the Johnny Lightning. So, and look, honestly, check it out. So these figurines are not exactly 1/18 scale, okay, but they're. I got these from another Mystery Machine toy, and as you can see, I don't know if I can. Let's put it a closer view here. As you can see, Shaggy and Fred, they're more accurate to the height of the Johnny Lightning version versus, so let's, and I think they're like 1/15 scale or something like that. But then you look at the Joyride, doesn't make sense, right? So, yeah, but I think it's pretty cool to have for the collection, and I'm going to do a deep dive on this in another video soon. But I just wanted to show you guys that I got a pretty good deal on it, and I hit it. So that is that. Any questions on this guy? Can you put the Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry Charger or Christine beside the Joyride Mystery Machine? Okay. Oh, okay. So you're saying, all right. So we're just gonna do an actual 1/18 comparison. So we know that I think what Motorhead's Garage is saying is, if we look at a true 1/18 scale car, okay, so we know that this Charger is a true 1/18 scale car, right? So that's without a doubt 1/18. If this is 1/18, imagine that Fred and Shaggy and the gang are pulling up beside Larry here. There's some kind of weird thing going on, right? It's like a midget-sized, mystery machine, mini mystery machine, versus the Johnny Lightning is a little bit more realistic in terms of a van. So I don't know if you guys see that. So if we had this one, if it's 1/18, it looks small compared to the Charger. If we look at the Johnny Lightning, that's a little bit more accurate. So yeah, so that's one way of looking at it. All right, let's put these guys away for now, and let's do another giveaway, guys. Ready for another giveaway? How am I doing? Let me know in the comments. How am I doing on my first live? Am I doing all right? I don't know what to say, how I'm handling this, but I'm just going with the flow. In my mind, preparing for this, I had so many things I wanted to say, so many things I wanted to do, but time goes by so fast. I mean, look at this. It's already like 11. It's almost a quarter to midnight. So for all of you who are still on the live with me, thank you so much. I will make it worth your time. I'm going to do another giveaway right now. I don't know if we're going to get to another unboxing, but I will definitely make sure I get all of your questions answered, and let's do another giveaway. So, all right, great comparisons. Doing great. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Loving it. First live is awesome. Thank you guys. A plus. Doing incredible. Guys, that's very reassuring. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I really appreciate all of the support. All right. So here we go. So next draw. So this is for nice car collection. So this is for all of you who entered who are Canadian residences, Canadian uh, who are Canadian residents, and only because there's a limitation for shipping within Canada only. All right. So we have I'll say a good dozen of you guys who participated in that one. So let's get a close up of that. All right. So your names are in there. Here we go. We're going to spin that wheel. So this is for $125 at Nice Car. Spin that wheel. Boom. David. All right. David Bollier, 1305, won the $125 gift certificate for Nice Car collection. And if any of you haven't been to that store, if you're a resident of Quebec and you haven't been there, you are missing out. You got to go see that. And if you're not from Quebec, that's a reason to visit in itself. And it's not too far from Quebec City. It's right between Quebec City and Montreal. So if you're visiting Quebec and you're probably going to see both of those cities, that is a great place to stop at. It's kind of like a truck stop as well. So check it out. Nice car collection. They've got everything there. So David just won a $125 gift certificate there. And he's still online. Perfect. Let's do the auto suggestion. Let's get all of the gifts. Let's get all the prizes out of the way. That way, if you want to stick around. Great, we can chat. But if you want to make sure you get your chance at the prize, let's do that. So I'm just gonna wait for the next draw to be ready. We've got Tanya behind the scenes, aka my wife, that is handling all the back end, entries. So, what else do you guys want to talk about? So we have, right. So I want to give you guys an update on the channel. So as you know, I've been trying to put out videos every week. And to put them out, as I mentioned, it takes about 20 hours of my week every time, more or less. And now with work getting a little more busier than I expected. My work is a little bit more seasonal, so in the summer I'm working a lot more. Oh my God, I just realized I wasn't full screen. All right, now I'm full screen. So, yeah. So I'm getting busier, and it's getting harder for me to put out a video every week. So you might have noticed the last month I wasn't putting out a video every week. I think it was every 2 weeks. So during the summertime, my posting schedule is going to probably be limited to a video every 2 weeks, maybe for every 3 weeks, for a short period of time. Just because I'm super busy, but I am developing a lot of episodes for upcoming shows. So I'm constantly working on content for you guys, and I have some really special episodes coming up. Particularly next week's episode, or should I say this week coming. It's gonna be a really fun episode. But all that to be said, what I'm trying to say is that my posting schedule is going to be a little bit reduced for the next little while. So I'll try to post shorter videos, some shorts, in between, to just keep you guys, get you guys some content. But that is the main update for my channel. I'm always trying to keep up with my comments, with replying to the comments. There are with an unbelievable 10,000 subscribers now, which I Still can't believe. Actually, 10,500. You know, since I announced doing this live that we hit 10,000, now it's already 500 subscribers more since my announcement like last week. So it's growing fast, faster than I can handle. So I'm trying to keep up with the comments as much as possible. So bear with me. I do get around to replying all of them. I read all of them and I reply all of them. Just takes me a little bit more time now. So let's do the giveaway for Auto Suggestion. So this is a local diecast store here in Montreal. So this one is to redeem in store only. So you can't buy it. You can't buy anything online. You need to present yourself at the store, and it is a $50 gift certificate. And we're going to give away 2 of them. All right. So you have 2 chances at winning. All right. So let's start with the wheel here. So prize number 1 for $50. Here we go. And this is going to go to ta-da-da, Kendra Lacarte. All right. Kendra Lacarte, congratulations. Are you present? Are you on our live still? Did you go to sleep? I don't blame you if you did. But if you're still here, let us know. In the meantime, let's draw the second prize. All right. So we're going to do the second draw, and I'm not sure if I'm going to get a link for that, if it's going to be the same link. So we'll give that a minute for them to figure out. Any questions while we're waiting for that? Hey, Rick, and you and Retro should do a live stream together if possible in the future. We are going to work on that. I had plans to do a video with Retro on my channel, and then just changed a couple of ideas for that episode. And so we're gonna get right back on it for sure. There's gonna be something in the future with me and Retro. All right, so Kendra's here. Congratulations, Kendra. So hopefully you can redeem that in the store. Love to see you take advantage of that. And we will be emailing you. So let's do the second and last draw for the night. But that does not mean that we're over for the night. We have more we can do. Here we go. So let's get a close-up of that. All right. So this is for another $50 at Auto Suggestion. And they have a website. You can check out their cars. I got a lot of stuff there too. His name is Gilbert. Super nice guy. And here we go. All right. And spin that wheel. Who is it? Boom! Retro Collectibles. Neil, congratulations. You did it, man. I was hoping you'd win at least something, man. Thank you for entering, and thank you for being on the live. Retro won $50 at Auto Suggestion. If you make it here to Montreal, I would love to meet up with you. If not, I'll help you redeem that $50 one way or another. So awesome. Congratulations, man. And all right. So what do you guys say? Do we do one more unboxing? Do you guys want to see that Dukes of Hazzard Camaro and talk about it? Or do you have any questions for me? I can talk here all night. I'm a bit of a night creature with my line of work and doing YouTube videos. Yeah, and I'm good for as long as you guys want to be good for. And you know what? I didn't plug in my laptop, and it looks like I have 10% left. So while you guys think of a question, I'm just gonna plug in my laptop, give it some juice. And I know I'm getting right in front of the camera right now. That's not professional. And I'm just looking for my plug. And okay, here we go. So get my plug. You guys see that? Okay. So yeah, one thing I forgot to do was plug in my laptop, and 2 hours on a live will drain it for sure. All right, we're gonna run this wire across. All right, so who has questions while I plug this in? Take a sip of water. I was prepared for anything you guys would ask. Okay, I am all ears. And We'll go on for however long. I mean, maybe another 10, 15, 20 minutes, however you guys want. I know tomorrow's Monday, but some of you might be off. You know, it is the summer holidays. So let's see. Post your questions. Give me some hard questions, guys. Give me something that I can dive into here. Okay, so let's see here. Question about the Joyride Mystery Machine. Does it have steering? Okay, that's a good question. Does it have steering? I didn't actually check that. Let's see the Joyride if it has steering. So, what are your guesses, guys? Does it have steering? Let's see. Let's get a close up on that. So I can see the steering wheel there. Do you see it? And yeah, look at that. The steering wheel does move a little bit. It does steer. So and it rolls pretty well. So, you know, I mean, at least that's great. It does steer. So hope that answers your question. So that's the Johnny. Sorry, I keep on mixing up, but that is the Joyride version. All right. Any other questions? Lives are about fun and friendliness, not professionalism. Thank you for saying that, and that is true. We're all here to just have fun, guys. Did you do a video on the DB5 Goldfinger? It would be nice to see sometime. No, I haven't done one yet. I'm going to be doing one hopefully soon. You know, I got the Auto World, not the Auto World, the Auto Art version, which is incredibly detailed and has all of the working parts and everything. And I'm a bit of a perfectionist in terms of like how I want to film these cars sometimes. And I had so many ideas I wanted to do for that one, and I just wasn't ready yet. But that's gonna be a fun video for me to do, and I will do it soon. Question about sneak peeks of upcoming content. All right, sneak peeks of upcoming content. Well, I have a little bit of a spreadsheet, so I can tell you maybe I can tell you a little bit about what's upcoming. So I got the Bigfoot, the Greenlight's Bigfoot monster truck, and I am planning. I'm in the process of making a full-scale monster truck diorama where it is going to crush a line of diecast cars. Meaning, I'm going to take the monster truck and roll it right over a bunch of diecast cars in 1/18 scale. And so that's going to be a fun one. I'm going to do that outdoors. I'm not going to do that in here. So that's going to be a fun one. Looking forward to that. I want to do my 2-lane blacktop video. I want to see if that one has the zinc or diecast cancer, as a lot of people call it. I got the Bullet Chrome Charger, the one that you saw I got at a diecast show recently. I want to do that one. We were talking about the Ferris Bueller Ferrari. I want to do a video where I'm going to do a modification to a regular Hot Wheels Ferrari and convert that into a Ferris Bueller version. And I can tell you a little bit about a really, really, really cool episode that will be coming out this Friday if all goes well. This week is my birthday, and I'm gonna celebrate it in a special way, in a die-cast way, and it's gonna be really special. And I'm gonna film the whole thing, and hopefully have it edited for you in time for a Friday release. And it's gonna be super special, and I don't know how long it's gonna be or how I'm gonna put it all together, but it's gonna be a special birthday episode and kind of a I'm gonna leave it with you on before for the holiday break, and it's gonna be a fun one. So I can't say more than that right now, but it is gonna be filled with some awesome cars, hopefully. So that's a sneak peek. And if you have any suggestions out there on cars you want me to review, any topics, I did a beginner video on diecast scales. I think it came out last week, and it is off the charts. I think it's like, I don't know, think 25,000 views, which is crazy. And it's mostly because there's surprisingly a lot of beginner diecast collectors out there who just want to know the basics. I know all of us who are watching, most of us know the differences in scales, and it wasn't really intended on mature collectors. It was more geared towards younger collectors who just need to know the basics. And with that many views, it's surprising to know that there's that many young collectors that are getting into it, and it's a great sign. A lot of people, sometimes say that the 118 scale is dying, or just diecast collecting is dying, because kids have other interests today, video games or social media, whatever. Um, but it's reassuring to know that diecast collecting is not dying. It's actually growing more and more, and I, along with a lot of you, are helping keep the 118 scale alive. And I do want to touch on other scales a little bit more eventually. So it won't be, I don't want to have exclusive 118 scale channel. Um, all right, let's see what other questions we have here. Question sneak peeks. Okay, how many other movie cars are you still missing from your collection? How many movie cars am I missing? The ones that I really want, I'm only missing maybe, let's see, about 10 to 15 of the ones that I really want to add. I say that now, but that number will change, keep on changing. There's some that I know I'm never going to get. But there's some that I'm really looking forward to getting. Like, I know I ordered some Kyosho Fast and Furious and the Cannonball Run Lamborghini. I'm looking forward to those for sure. So yeah, I would say about maybe a 15 or so movie cars that I'm hoping to add to my collection in the near future. Um, I got to do it slowly, because it's very easy to just want to be, go out and buy everything. But I'm trying to, as much as possible, follow my own rules, of being patient and just waiting for a deal to come along. So, because yeah, if money was no object, if I had unlimited, funds, go to town on eBay and just get everything you want, right? But that's not the reality for me or for most of you, I'm sure. So you just need to take your time, and yeah, just the deals will happen. We've all done it. We've all done it. What car did you wreck either when customizing or by accident, like dropping? Or have I ever damaged the car? That's a good question. Not recently. Not recently, but I did. A lot of my older cars I played with when I was a kid. So I banged them up, I scratched them up a lot. If you saw my diecast scale video, I pointed out that one of the Ferrari F40s was an original Barago from like the late 80s when that I actually had back then. And you'll see it's all scratched up and everything because I actually played with them. I used to, like, obviously play around with them, and so they got scratched up. Now I'm obviously a lot more careful with them. But I think there is one that I think I did damage. I can't remember which one now. It could have been just like an antenna or something. I mean, the Chevelle might be one that I did live, so I might have. I don't know if I broke that hood, but we'll see. Okay, Maximus is asking, I was wondering how a company decides how large a run should be. At what point is profitable? For example, YCID does runs of 199 and the Crazy Larry run was thousands. Okay, well, that's a good question. I don't know the exact answer, but a lot of it has to do with if you're going to produce a mold, the tooling, the casting for the diecast car, that can cost like sometimes up to $500,000. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to create that one casting, and so they need to make thousands and thousands and thousands of those to make a profit. Um, and to do that, they don't just make, I don't know, 30,000 of the same car. They'll make 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 of one version of that car, and then do another one which is a different color or a different theme, different wheels. One is a convertible, one isn't. Um, so just a lot of variations, and you'll see that with almost every diecast brand, especially Greenlight or anything like that, where you just see the same car made dozens and dozens of different ways, but it's the same car. And when you see a low production run, it's usually not an original casting. They're not going to make a casting just for 199 cars. That 199 means it's a casting that exists, but they're only making that theme or that paint job, that those special wheels 199 times. So it's more of a marketing thing than anything. And that's why we don't see. I mentioned in the Flintstones video that I did, the Flintmobile. That's why you don't see the Flintstones being made today, because that casting can only be made for the Flintstones, and so it'll be a very expensive production to do that. So, hope that answers your question for that. Rick, do you have any cars on pre-order that you are excited about? Yes. Well, I just mentioned the Fast and Furious Charger and Supra from Kyosho, and also from Kyosho the Cannonball Run Lamborghini. I'm looking forward to Jada's Jurassic Park Explorer. I haven't pre-ordered that one yet, but I will as soon as the official pre-order comes out. And there's a few others that I've ordered. I ordered the General Lee from Greenlight. I'm excited about that one. Not as excited as the other ones. I'm only excited really just to see what it's all about. Yeah, I'm gonna order a couple more as they come out. I think like the Toyota from KK Scale. So those are a few. Good night, the Real Electro. Thanks for being part of the live. Do I have Charlie's Angels Mustang in my collection? I do. I don't have it literally in my collection, but I do have it. I just haven't unboxed it yet. But I'm looking forward to unboxing that one. Rick, do you collect TV movie diecast cars? Do you only collect TV movie diecast cars? Not exclusively TV movie, also anything that's really pop culture or anything that was driven by a celebrity. For example, Elvis's Cadillac or Dean Martin's, not Dean Martin's, James Dean's Porsche. It's getting late. Those are not movie cars. They're not TV cars, but they're celebrity-driven cars, or cars that were popular in history or pop culture. And that's what I love to collect. But yes, the bulk of it is TV and movie cars, mostly from TV shows or movies that I've watched, that I grew up watching, especially. But on that topic, if anyone's wondering, I don't collect a lot of. I know I mentioned the Fast and Furious. I'm not a big collector for Fast and Furious. I'll collect them as I see the ones that I'm more attracted to, the ones that I resonate more with. But that's like a whole other thing. If I were to collect all the 118s of Fast and Furious, they pretty much fill up this entire shelf. So I tend to want to just stick to the ones that I like a little bit more. I don't chase all of them down. As much as I would love to have them all, I don't collect all of them. I might at one point pursue collecting them in a different scale. That way I could do them in a more financially like affordable way and space saving way. But yeah, don't get me wrong, I love the movie franchise. But yeah, guys, it is past midnight, and I don't know how does it say how many people are still on here. There are still 30 people on this live. That is incredible. Okay, so for you 30 people, let me know if you still want me to keep going or we call it a night. Or if you want me to unbox the Camaro, I can do it really, really quickly also. But let me see if there's any other questions. Pre-order, okay, we answered that one. Okay. Awesome, my brother. Actually found one of those. So Jesse Diecast Garage is saying that he found the mystery machine at a Goodwill for $3 5 years ago. Wow, that is lucky, and that's a testament to say like you can find deals, man. You just don't give up hope. Don't think that you'll never get a diecast. It happens. It happens. I mean, a deal like $5 is or $3, that's just insane. But I'm not gonna say, can't say you're gonna find that kind of deal often, but deals do happen. All right, you guys are saying happy birthday. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, my birthday is coming up. Tonight is the initiation of my birthday week, celebrating with you guys. So thank you for being here, and yeah, it's gonna be a fun birthday week. Let's see. Yeah, Motorhead's Garage is saying he only collects the cars from the first movie. I kind of agree with that too. Although I do have some from second, third, and fourth movie, and yeah, there's like what 10 Fast and Furious movies, or maybe 11. I lost count. They have dozens of cars in each movie. I mean, to collect every single car, I mean that's a niche on its own. That's like, okay, I'm only collecting Fast and Furious. But like some, like let's say Dukes of Hazzard or James Bond, you can have like a dozen cars easily in those themes, but Fast and Furious is like endless. So I tend to stick to just like the main ones. All right. All right. So a couple of you are saying keep going. All right. So let's do it. Let's open up the Camaro. I've been meaning to open up this Camaro. This is an excuse for me to open up the Camaro. Let's do it. All right. So this one I haven't opened it yet, but it is new in a sense that let me see here if I can. It still has the strap on the door, so that is always a good indication that it was never really like used. The box has seen better days, but that's okay. That's these cars are from the early 2000s. This one's from what do we have here? I'm trying to see, reading upside down. I don't know. I can't see when it was, but I'm guessing it was from the early 2000s. 2000. Oh wait, see it's. No idea. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. But I'm guessing this is like from 2002, 2003 kind of thing. Yeah. Usually it'll say, but I'm just not seeing it. Maybe later. I don't know. Okay, so we have the 1970, I believe. I don't know if this is a 70. Also, you guys let me know in the comments because this is not saying either. It looks like a 70. Camaro. So this is Cooter's Camaro. Let me put a double screen here. Let me just switch through. So this is Cooter's Camaro from. It was an episode. I believe it was. In the first season, I remember that it was an episode called Luke's Love Story. So this was an episode where they had like a race, like an obstacle course race, and there was this, and the General Lee, and it was a Mustang, and one of the cops. I don't know if it was Enos or who it was, but it was a while since I've seen the episode. But the fun thing about this one was that it wasn't actually Cooter driving it. He actually ended up getting knocked out, and the bad guy in the episode ended up driving it to sabotage, obviously the race and the General Lee. So it was Cooter's car, but it wasn't actually Cooter who ended up driving it. So let's get it unscrewed. Let me get the screwdriver. Oh yeah. Okay. So it looks pretty new. Nice paint job. I can already see a few differences from the show. Unfortunately, I can't pull up the show on a live for obvious reasons, but I think it was episode 7, and it's at the end of the episode where you'll see the race. Basically, Luke kind of falls in love with this girl who's racing, and he let her win. But during the race, this is the car that was kind of like trying to like get everyone off the road, and this is going to be. I'm mixing up all the bases and boxes and screws, and normally I don't do that, but you know what? For you guys, I will mix things up. All right, so here we go. This is the Camaro. So a couple of differences that I'm noticing already, and here we go. Just take the strap off. So straps, I always take them off from the bottom so that you don't accidentally damage the paint, unless there's an easier way to get them off. So now I'm just going to cut it off. There we go. So now this is what's funny is like this car right now is considered to be rare, and it's hard to find. I ended up finding it. I think I paid I think it was like 200 something, which you can probably get it for cheaper if you look hard enough or know people, but you can also pay $400 or $500 for it sometimes on eBay, probably like something around $400. But only because it's rare. And but the thing with that is that it's not super accurate. Now, on the show, I mean the color scheme, everything is pretty much like the show, but right off the bat, these were not the wheels on the actual show. So they got the wheels wrong. That's number one. Number two, yes, it says 99, it says Cooters here. But on the show, on the hood scoop here, it said I think it was 350 on the hood. And here it doesn't say anything. I don't know if this opens. Is it open? Let's see. Oh, God. Okay, I don't want to break another hood here. Let's just see if this opens. Come on. Does it open? Someone let me know in the comments if I'm going to break this or if it does actually open. I'm supposed to have a tool here. You know what? Let me get a tool. Okay, I have this little tool. Let's see if that works. It is not working. My trusty auto art opening tool here. And that is also not opening. Someone let me know in the comments if I'm doing this wrong. Oh, wait. Okay. So either that's supposed to happen or I just broke it. Something tells me it's supposed to be a pop-off hood because of the way the little clamps are here. So yeah, but that's cool. Well, I mean, look at that. Got the whole engine. which I guess is a 350. I don't know. I mean, not much of an engine guy, but that looks like a badass engine, chromed out. Pretty well detailed, actually. I mean, looks like that's the only thing that's detailed on this car. So I don't know what this thing is. It just came out, but yeah. So I'm making a habit of breaking cars on this live. I don't know if I broke it or. Pretty sure it comes off like this. Please reassure me that it comes off like this. Okay, it pops off, no hinges. The hood should open. All right, okay, it pops off. Okay, all right. Thank you for reassuring me. So it pops off, but in terms of accuracy, yeah, it's supposed to say 350 on the side because I remember seeing that on the episode. And the front headlights are supposed to say 99 also, and they do say 99, so that is accurate. So I think the only thing that was not really accurate is the wheels and just some. I think on the show there was also like some racing stickers beside the lights, so they didn't put that here, but that's okay. It's forgivable. So let's try to put that back on. Okay, so it clips right back on. So that is Cooter's Camaro. What do you guys think? So the trunk doesn't open, if you're wondering. Doors open. That's the inside. Let's see here. Let's get a good shot of that. If it's in focus. So inside's pretty decent. I mean, for Johnny Lightning back in the day, which is like I guess like an Ertl kind of like casting, nothing super crazy. But if you're a Dukes collector, I mean, this is one of those models that definitely have to have. I mean, if only once you've got all the main ones, I mean, I only recently got this, and I know that I was always pursuing this, but it wasn't like something that I was like chasing down like crazy. I waited for this one to come up for the right opportunity, right price. And yeah, I think that it's gonna be really cool. Besides, I got the Mustang, and pretty much got all of the cars. I'm missing Daisy Duke's car, the satellite car, but I have a hold on that one. So I know I am going to get it at some point. And that's pretty much the one that's going to complete the collection. So yeah, what do you guys think? Pretty cool, huh? It's an old school one. I mean, it doesn't have a license plate. I don't think we really see a license plate on the show. Although, I think there's a scene when, spoiler alert, this car ends up flipping over. And you might get a good glimpse at the license plate. So you can definitely put your own license plate on there. All right. So let me see if you guys have any other questions. So we're down to 24 of you, which is still a lot. And if you haven't smashed that like button yet, guys, please go ahead and smash it. Let me see if there's any other questions. Throw them at me, guys, and let's say we'll go to 12:30. Okay, it's a 2.5 hour long live, guys. So that is unbelievable. I didn't even, before I started this live, I was like, oh my god, no one's gonna show up. I don't know if anyone's gonna show up. Like the summer holidays, 4th of July, all this stuff, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but you guys all showed up, and I'm so grateful for that. So hit me with some questions before we wrap it up. We'll wrap it up in about 12 minutes. All right, guys? And let's see what we got. Yes, we can do custom decals on this. I'll just put this here while we're talking. Yeah. You guys want to see this beside the General Lee, actually? You want to do that? Let's do that. I just have to move a lot of these boxes. Since we're all Dukes fans here, mine as well. So this is the Authentics. I took off the CB for now because every time I take it in and out, I didn't want to damage it, but it's in the trunk here. But this is the Authentics generally. Boom. So who wins this race? I'm sure you're all going to vote for the general, but he does get pretty banged up in that episode. But that's pretty cool when you see them side by side. This is the first time I put them side by side, and this is actually like it would have been in the episode. Like this guy is smashing into him, and so yeah. Luke was the one that was driving the car in the episode. Yes, my baby, Motorhead's Garage. Yes, because Greg from Motorhead's Garage is also the one that was instrumental in bringing this generally to life in the design concept and the production, everything, every single detail went through him. So we have a lot, all of us Dukes collectors, especially if you have this version, have Motorhead's Garage to be thankful for, because he was very instrumental in bringing this one and many others to life. Anything that was silver screen machines, for the most part, he had a good hand in. So this one I got secondhand. Yeah, I got it for a really good deal. I have a bunch of other Generalees that were, the standard Ertl versions, but I only recently got this guy that I'm very happy to have. So yeah, you know what? While we're at it, this wasn't in the same episode, although it could have been. It was a different Mustang in that episode, but we got the 00 Mustang. So let's keep that out for a nice display while we end off this live. So what other questions we got here? Yes, Enos. It was Enos driving the four-door Plymouth Satellite in that race. Yes, and he also flipped his car over, and Boss Hog was not happy about that. So let's see. Them Duke boys, yeah. So I know all of us here are, for the most part, I'm assuming, are Dukes of Hazzard fans. This is like, for me, I mean, yeah, I'm huge with Scooby-Doo, Back to the Future, James Bond, Batman. I mean, yeah, Ghostbusters. I got a lot of themes going on. I mean, for many of us, those are all of our like childhood shows and movies. And yeah, you know what? I mean, it's nostalgia. These are all nostalgia driven. And you get to learn a lot, through collecting these cars. You learn more about cars. You kind of have a different perspective on those shows and movies just from collecting these cars as well. So yeah, I mean, this is one of my favorite themes, though. I mean, Dukes of Hazzard, come on. Let's see here. I was one of the. Okay, yeah. So Motorhead's Garage saying he was one of a great team. Yes. Okay. So he's being humble here and not taking the full credit. And I understand this is not the job of one person. Obviously, for a car like this to come to production, a lot of hands that it has to go through. And there's also finances and a lot of back and forth dealing with China and demos and samples. So it's not a one-man job, but we have to be thankful to everyone who made all these cars possible and still making them today. And yeah, we're very thankful. I saw a YouTube video of TV producers in a helicopter looking for chargers to buy. Yeah, it's true. There when they were doing the Dukes of Hazard, towards the end of like the seasons, they had gone through, as many of you know, like 300 plus Chargers, and they didn't think they were going to go through that many, and so they were going to parking lots of shopping malls and people's driveways and leaving notes on the windshields saying, "Are you selling your Charger? Call me." They were scrapping sometimes even two per episode, and so they were in desperate need of Chargers. And I don't know if they ever like modified a 68 or a 70, because for the most part this is a 69. But yeah, they went through a lot of Chargers, unfortunately. But you know what? They did that for us. They did that for us, and if they didn't go through that many, we wouldn't have had that many jumps in the shows. And let's face it, how fun would the show be if there wasn't a general lead jump in it, right? So, uh, which Fast and Furious cars are you after? All right, so Avery is asking, which Fast and Furious cars am I after? Well, good question. Good question. I have most of the ones that I want. That's a good question. In 118, I'd like to get the black Honda Civic. That one is pretty hard to come by. And it's funny because I was never really a Honda Civic guy, but I like that one because it's different. You're looking at all these movie cars, and then you see a Honda Civic. It's a conversation piece, and it's a kind of a sleeper car too. So that's one that I would love to get my hands on. Um, if you are interested in collecting them, uh, okay. So yeah, well, look, guys. I mean, I think this has been a lot of fun, and there's still 22 of you guys here, and I think the 22 of you guys, not to say anything less of the other people, but you're hardcore followers and supporters of my channel, and hanging in there for this long means a lot to me. And it's well past midnight, and I don't even know what time zone you're in. But if you're in the Eastern time zone, yeah, thanks for hanging out this late. I hope to do a lot more lives. This has been a great experience. I was kind of nervous because I didn't know how everything would unfold. I'm surrounded by open boxes. I can't even move here. Like there's open boxes everywhere. It's kind of a bit of a uh, okay situation here, but that's okay. I'm gonna clean this all up and put all these cars away without breaking anything. But yeah, as I mentioned, this coming episode on Friday is going to be a birthday themed episode. You have to watch that one. And over the course of the summer following that one, I'm going to have a little bit of a break. So I'm only going to post an episode every 2 or 3 weeks for a short amount of time, just because of vacations and heavy workload. But I will be back in full swing before you know it. And if I don't get a chance to chat with you guys until then, I just want to wish all of you very happy summer holidays. Be safe, have fun, happy collecting. Hope to stay in touch with you guys on the chats, on the comments. Um, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to do a deep dive on all these cars that I unboxed a little later. And I have some really fun episodes planned in the future. And yeah, did I miss anything? I put a little note here of anything I might want to say. But yeah, special thanks to Greg Lacarte again for helping me for a lot of us. Consulting. As I said, I'm not like a expert in diecasts by no means. I am just a hobbyist collector, just like you guys. And so sometimes I rely on other people's consultation because that's what it's all about: building a community and helping each other out. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. We've reached 12:30. And you're very welcome, Greg, and thank you again. And thank you to all the winners. Congratulations to all the winners, and we will get in touch with you guys for you guys to collect and redeem your prizes. And that is it for me. So hope to see you guys on future videos. And thanks for joining me. And have a great rest of the week and summer. Thanks for watching, guys. All right. So at this point is where what do I do now? I just press end. How does this work? So, all right, I am ending it. All right, guys. So this is it. We're done. All right. So good night, everyone. Bye bye. Thank you. Hope I didn't mess up too bad. Thank you. Good night. Thank you, Luigi. Thank you for saying it was a success. And great meeting you as well. I got the opportunity to meet a lot of you guys in person, and hopefully meet more of you guys in the future. And some of you are not leaving. I do not want to kick you guys out, but I will call it quits at this point because I think I'm losing my voice. So that when that starts to happen, we're done. All right. Thank you guys again. Thanks for watching the Model Car Vault. I'm Rick, and see you next time. Good night.